Happy Thursday into happy Friday, everyone. And it has not been an easy week. Not been an easy week. So before I get to the particulars in this video about psychic notes, energies, things happening, all of that good stuff, 2 announcements. First announcement is that on Sunday, I am doing the live about how me and my ex, we landed that dream home and all the manifestation things that we did to help that all happen. Things that I really don't see in the manifestation community, and I want to share that all with you. This live is Sunday, May the 25th, 2025 at 10 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. You can go to my Linktree and sign up. It is free. And after I do the live stream, I will produce the video and make it available for $8.95. It'll be in my Shopify kiosk and also linked up on my Linktree and on my website, www.somaticmoney.com. So hope to see you there. Go sign up. Announcement number 2, I am beginning to curate some of the video information that I release out here. I know that my work, like a lot of other work, it gets lost in the ocean. And some of the video information I am releasing has long-term appeal. You can come back to it over and over and over again and get something out of it. And I don't want it to be lost. So I am beginning to curate this information. I'm calling it Inspirational Intuitives. I'm going to be talking a lot more about it in another video, but I at least want to introduce it here to you, show it to you so you can go take a look at it. This particular curated video compilation, it's about 7 videos, an hour and 45 minutes. This is stuff I have already released. I've already released it. You can go look for it and find it, but I'm putting it here all together in one spot so you can go in and watch video after video after video and have this very premium information that is both spiritual storytelling connected into custom somatic coaching. So a really intense, rich connection there. And if you're brand new to me, this is a great way to get plugged into my work and what I am doing here. And if you've been with me for a while, this is just ease and grace to be able to connect in with these items so that you can go in and rewatch them and really soak them up again if you want to. Okay, so let's get to the psychic notes that I've got for you today, and fair warning, this video is going to be all over the place because that's been the week. That has been the week. Let's talk about energy dynamics of this week first. I wasn't too far off in my energy forecast when I said there was going to be a lot of swirl going on and bigger swirls taking out smaller swirls and just a lot of things all over the place, right? And that has not disappointed this week. But there are some other deeper things happening that I think it's important to talk about. And this is going to help you dial in and focus from now through the weekend into the front of next week, because we are doing that really deep-seated shift of Saturn moving out of Pisces and Saturn moving into Aries. Now, I find it very interesting that every single astrologer that I go watch on this topic, they're all saying very different things, which is totally this energy. That's totally this energy. This has been a week that has been very, very hard to focus because things have been like moving fast. It's been very hard to focus, and it's been very easy to try and chase those things down in 3D world. And I find very interesting that the astrological reporting is kind of reflecting all that, because I'm seeing astrologers kind of like all over the place with their interpretations with this whole thing, which, no harm, no foul. Everybody's got some very valid points in the reporting that they're doing, but I can't find any two that line up and corroborate the same thing, which usually doesn't happen. Usually astrologers corroborate their information, whether they know they're doing that or not. They're not doing that right now, which should tell you and should tell me that, oh my God, that is the nature of the beast. That's the nature of the beast. So that's one of the things that I want to highlight to you, especially as we move through this weekend across that nexus line, is that as things feel like they speed up, that whole it's going to be really important for you to go, get a little bit more stationary, get a little bit more focused. Case in point, guess who's coming through to say hello? Right, Jasper? So if you feel the urge to chase down a half a dozen things all at the same time, just don't. Just don't. This is a really good time to get front and center. And here's the next piece of this. I am finding that when you actually slow down and stop, there is this very, very deep, deep well of calm, of security, of focus, of it's going to work out okay. And when you can get to that place, this whole other thing of the that's running around on the surface. That really is surface level stuff. And if you can locate that really deep seated energy well, there is a huge energy well going on right now that is calm, it's collected, it's nice. And I really encourage you to get to that place. And if you can't, step outdoors. And like we were talking about the water before, and then the trees, if you want to connect with water, that is a great place to do it. And if you want to connect with trees are a very great place to do this deep well of connection. Now, the next thing I want to lead into this that has just been so overwhelming to me the last few days is like, I see it coming, people. I see it coming. There's this huge break that is going to happen. There's going to be a mass amount of activity, a mass amount of activation, a mass amount of like, just things happening. And so the thing I can tell you is right now, these are premium moments to gather yourself, collect yourself, find that rooted center, be there, let yourself be in that place. There still is no need to rush off yet. Really, there isn't. Yes, there's a lot of activity. It feels like activation. But don't be energetically conned into that right now, because like with what I see coming on the horizon, get your rest, collect yourself, locate your center, find your peace. You will need it. You're going to need this place that you're cultivating and curating. You're going to need this place because this is your safe haven. This is your bubble. This is your connectedness that you are going to need easily as we leave May and definitely as we enter June. So still no need to rush, folks. No need to rush. No need to push it. Allow it to come to you. Allow it to be revealed to you. We're still in that place, even though activity is churning. It's definitely churning, and it's going to kick it up another notch next week. We're going to begin to feel that lean in. But now just take your time. Let it seed in. Like we need to do this. Now, I want then from this place, from this grounded, seated, getting more secure in that deep well of energy. Like, don't just go hug a tree, like hang on to a tree and just breathe with a tree for a while if you need to, okay? So from this deep well of a place, I'm going to talk some energy technicals to you, some very, very particular things that I see going on and I've been experiencing. I'm kind of watching the world around me and I'm going, oh, wow. There are some very subtle, powerful, detailed things at play right now, okay? So one of them that I'm noticing and I'm seeing chatter going on in the internet about it is our sleeping world. Our sleeping world right now is like, we are getting rocked. You know, that's what I'm noticing, that people are either doing a lot of their deep work and they're either sleeping really, really hard and coming out of it disoriented, or people who are trying to sleep and cannot sleep at all because there's so much upgrading, rewiring, things changing in the body. So sleep space, sleep time it's different right now. And just my personal experience for like God, for like a solid 2 weeks. Like, this is not just a couple of nights. This has been like a solid 2 weeks. I have been sleeping so hard. I wake up disoriented and my entire body is aching. And finally, the last couple of mornings I put it together, I'm like, oh my God, my spirit team, like my Star Nation family, oh my God, I wouldn't put it beyond them if they're like moving me from my body to a ship and doing all of this really deep, deep wiring and coding and getting me ready for what's coming this summer. So pay attention to what's been going on with your sleep space as far as what, as far as your activity, what's been happening there, how you're being affected, because I can guarantee you in that subconscious, unconscious place, you are being prepared in one way, shape, form, or another. And I'm hearing either the whole thing about sleeping so hard you get knocked out, and when you wake up, you don't even know where you're at. Like, that's what I've been going through. But then I'm also hearing this people like, oh my God, I'm sleeping, but I can't get to sleep, or I'm trying to sleep and there's all this activity and yet my body is doing all this kind of stuff. So we're all going through different experiences, somatic experiences, but I think it connects all back into one thing. And that one thing is getting prepared for the landscape shifting in June. It's going to start happening in June, and it is going to frickin' crack apart in July. So this is not small peanuts, people. This is the big thing. So do not take it lightly. Your sleeping world is really important. Make sure you are hydrating, sacred space, talking with your spirit team about this whole thing. I don't think it's going to let up. It's kind of let up for me a little bit, but I think we're still in that place, okay? Then the next thing I want to talk about, and this is this whole really... God, it's eerie. I don't even know how to put it. It is eerie. You know how Spirit Team pretty much said, like, if you can stay home this week, stay home. And I've kind of taken that to heart. I've had to go out a few times, and oh my God, the couple times I've gone out, I can feel like the eerie haunting music of like Twilight Zone-ish. Like, even as I'm driving into the little town that I live next door to, like, I drive into that town, or like driven around and feeling around, and I'm like, oh my God, soul level decisions are being made. Soul level decisions are being made. Now, Saturn, moving from Pisces into Aries, could very well be a part of this. And so this whole weird, eerie feeling in the air, I think it's that. I think it's partly the Saturn movement from Pisces into Aries. But I also believe it's all of us souls, think about it, the millions and millions and even planetary billions and billions of us, the sheer threshold of souls right now making deep, deep karmic and destiny soul level decisions. That's what's in the air right now, and it is eerie. It's kind of creepy. I mean, I'm not surprised that Annabelle doll is on tour. It's got some of that energy in the air, right? So I just want you to be really aware of like this whole feeling is like, oh, we're getting prepared as a collective to do something very big, to do a very large shift, and everybody gets to have their cosmic vote and make their own decision, and not everybody's deciding the same thing, and that's that feeling in the air. You can feel it. You can feel it. Never felt anything like this. Never felt how big this is. So just wanted to bring that to your attention. Then I do want to make mention again about this the chatter about timeline jumping and portal stuff. And again, I'm just like, folks, I don't buy it. Like me, having been on the ground for over 20 years and feeling all of these different energies, I think what's happening is the timeline jumping stuff is getting mistaken for deep shifts within the dimensional soup that we are in, that we are getting prepared for. And so if you're hearing the chatter about timeline jumping and then feeling like, oh, I got to do something, oh, la, 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 I'm like, don't. We're still in this kind of cocoon nest of preparation, go into the deep well, really think before you move on things. We're really in that. We are not out of that. We really don't get out of it until the end of May. So take your time, take your steps, read the landscape. You don't have to push, you don't have to rush. Really take stock of everything. Okay, this is a very great time to do this because you know what? When this locomotive gets going, holy fuck balls. It's big. It's bigger than big. And I think that's what I'm seeing as a psychic is I'm like looking at what's coming and I'm like, stop, collect yourself. Not a time to rush off yet. Not yet. Okay, one last note. I want to be transparent about something. I know I come on here and I'm like calm, cool, collected. I got my stuff together, right? That's part of the reason you like being here with me because I make it feel like, okay, we can be at least in a safe bubble for about 10 minutes, right? But I want to be transparent with you about something with some of the things that have been happening for me this week so that you don't think this whole facade I've got going on here of appearing calm and collected is how I am all the time. It is not. So a couple of transparency things that happened to me this week so that you know that this is what's also in the air. This week, with the shifting of the energies, I have already had one serious existential crisis that was then followed by a serious meltdown for about a half a day. So, and what I mean by that is like I went, existential crisis happened first of like, oh my God. And then that was followed by like, I went into a round of what I call scream crying, which is like the only thing I know how to do is like there's so much pain and energy releasing through my body. All I know how to do is grab my keys, go to my car and just like hunker down and just cry it out. Cause like that's the safest place I know. And it's like a sound barrier. So I've already gone through something like that. Existential crisis followed by scream crying meltdown followed by about a half a day of weepiness. Like I've gone through that this week and it didn't stop there. Like 24 hours later after that, I heard in my ear, spirit team said, you're going to have a rupture. You're going to have a rupture. And sure enough, some of like the very low key chronic, I'm going through menopause and, you menopause ladies, it's kind of like we're always on medical alert for all how our bodies are changing. And so, this next round of what my spirit team said about you're going to go through a rupture, some of the chronic things that have been happening with my body through menopause, all of a sudden, literally there was like this energy rupture that came through those parts of my body connected to, early childhood trauma, past lifetime trauma. And it was just stuff leaving. It was just stuff exiting. Like I didn't have to work on it. It didn't have to do anything like that, but it was like exiting my body. So the reason I am sharing these uncomfortable, displeasurable, like, oh my God kind of stories is like, I want you to know I do not have my shit together all the time. I do not. And you don't have to have it together all the time too, because we are going through very intense energies, and these intense energies are causing us to look at really dark stuff in our bodies and release things and in whatever form that is, and experience some of that sludge coming out. And in the aftermath of these things, and I hope you do these things too, I do my self-care. I do my bath time. I do my hydration. I just sit and stare off into space and kind of let it process a little bit. I have good food that my body, I always check in, body, what kind of food do you want to eat? And so I just want to be very clear with you that this is part of the landscape that we are living through right now. And partly it's astrology, but partly it's us getting prepared for what's going to be happening, the big events that are going to be happening the middle of this summer. So, the back end of my message here is like, no matter what you're going through, whatever corner of caretaking you can do for yourself, whatever ounce of caretaking you can do for yourself, even if it's just lighting a candle, whatever that looks like for you, please make sure you are stopping and giving yourself that to process this a little bit more. All right, so that's what I've got for you for now. That's what I've got for you today. I will be coming with more very, very soon. Make sure you keep walking forward and meet those miracles along the way. And mwah, I will see you in my next video.